everybody. Welcome once again to Jacqueline's Fire TV. It's time for the Flix Pix!
Flix Pix!
Flix Pix!
Woo!
We are way too excited about that.
We have no life.
I know.
Netflix
we
is
watch.
life.
I was gonna say we watch a lot of fucking Netflix.
Netflix should really be paying us for this segment.
It really should be, and it doesn't. And then you know what? I'm done. I'm not doing any more Flix Pix till Netflix starts paying us.
That's never gonna happen.
Fuck!
They don't care.
They don't care. But our listeners and viewers care.
They do.
Viewers. I don't know why I say listeners. We don't even do an audio version anymore.
No.
In case you haven't been following us, we don't do an audio version anymore. We used to. It used to be really decent with an audio version. It was just us, just chilling. Mm-hmm. But I like the video version better.
I do too. But if you happen to work for...
Mostly because I just black out this whole area.
If you happen to work for Netflix and you know someone that wants to compensate us with free Netflix accounts to do Flix Pix, we'll happily talk to you.
Absolutely. So, it's time for Flix Pix.
It is time for Flix Pix.
What you got this week?
Oh, I geeked out. I'm not going to lie. When I saw this on Netflix, I squeed. Wayne's World.
Oh, yes. I saw that the other day. I was like, oh, look, Wayne's World.
Wayne's World is on Netflix. And my inner child went, oh my God. So I watched it again.
Did you headbang?
I did.
You did,
Not
yeah.
gonna lie.
Dun, 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 dun.
Had to.
Yep. Wayne's World is the movie that introduced me to Queen.
And me too, actually. Yep. And I will say this. So, it came out in the early 90s. I was a kid, like second, third grade.
Right.
As a kid. This is a movie that I would watch. Like, I loved this movie as a kid. I would watch it, like, every night going to bed. Like, that kind of thing. Watching it as an adult, I got some of the stuff that I didn't get as a kid.
And you're going, how did my parents let me watch this?
I'm going, this is not a kid's movie.
This is not a kid's movie. How sad is it that Wayne's World changed your life? And it did for a lot of people. It did. Not just you, it's not just me. Wayne's World changed the lives of a lot of people because it's such a funny and heartwarming. It really is heartwarming.
It is.
Movie. And I say it introduced me to Queen, and let me clarify that. I'm a child of the 80s, so I had heard of Queen previously. Crazy Little Thing Called Love used to play on MTV, and I knew the song. I didn't really put it all together and start loving Queen until I heard Bohemian Rhapsody for the first time watching Wayne's World and seeing the music video that they released on MTV. Because MTV was still doing music back then.
I know,
so
right?
That's how long ago this movie was. So, yeah, Wayne's World.
And that scene, the Bohemian Rhapsody scene, is classic.
Yeah, and it's
amazing.
And it's one of those things that still sticks with culture today. I saw a T-shirt the other day, as a matter of fact, that had, and I'm not kidding, it was Batman and Darth Vader, and Darth saying "Party on, Wayne," and Batman saying "Party on, Darth." That's hilarious. It's lame as shit, but it's fucking funny.
It is. And, you know, watching that movie made me feel old, for one.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's got a lot of pop culture references from then, like do you have any Grey Poupon? And stuff like that.
Shit that doesn't make sense anymore.
The kids today would go, what the
fuck's that about? Yeah.
But,
why does he want fucking mustard?
But I got it or the Nuprin commercial.
Yep.
And so all this stuff, I'm just like, oh my God, kids today wouldn't get this. I'm so old.
At all. That's okay. You want to feel a little old? I'm going to make you feel a little old. June 17th just passed a couple of days ago. Mm-hmm. Do you know the significance of that date? June 17th, 1994 was the day that O.J. Simpson was chased down the freeway in L.A. It's been 20 fucking years since the worst high-speed chase ever.
The Bronco chase.
Because he was only doing like 20 miles an hour down the fucking freeway. It's the slowest high-speed chase ever filmed. And they chased him damn near all the way to Mexico. I mean, he made it all the way to San Diego.
That was a joke.
It was hilarious. You know, and if you don't know the details behind that, go Google it. O.J. Simpson murder. Let's do it that way. But yeah, 20 years since that happened.
But yeah, watching Wayne's World was fun. I watched it in a new way as an adult. There were things that I didn't find funny as a kid because I didn't get it.
Right.
That I found funny now. That made me go, wow, this is a kind of an adult-themed movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah. awesome movie. Very excited to see it on Netflix. I'll probably be watching it again very soon.
Yeah, I might even see it. It's been a while since I've sat and watched it. I did see it in the queue the other day, and I might add and watch it. We'll see.
My next pick, also from my childhood, I was excited to see it. The Babysitter's Club movie, which I know means nothing to you because you weren't a little girl.
You're right. I never was.
But for me, that was a very important movie for me growing up. So were the Babysitter's Club books. I mean,
I've acted like a little bitch every now and then, but I don't think I was ever actually a little girl.
For a teenage girl growing up at the time when I grew up, Babysitter's Club books were a big thing.
Right. And
the movie was an important movie. And so it was fun to go back and watch it. And it still holds up. It's not a lame movie where you sit back and go, wow, I was really lame for watching that as a kid. It's a good family movie. I can see families today sitting down and still enjoying it. So it still makes a good family movie, which made me happy because I hate when I sit down to watch things I used to like and think, wow,
and you
that's
go, why the fuck did I watch this?
Yeah. So that wasn't the case with this, and that made me happy.
Yeah, the Snorks. The Snorks, I caught an episode of the Snorks not too long ago, and I went, why the fuck did I like this as a child? And I did. I love the Snorks. Snorks and Smurfs, oh yeah. Can't watch them today.
Yeah.
I can't watch the Smurfs either.
Oh, I'm the same way.
But I can watch the shit out of Fraggle Rock. It's still funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
cares away. Worries for another day. I'll quit. Go ahead.
So anyway, that's my second pick. And then my final pick is Dan Cummins' Crazy with a capital F. Stand-up comedy. I've been watching a lot of stand-up comedy on Netflix recently. I've been going through a lot of stuff, and they say laughter is the best medicine. So I've been watching a lot of stand-up comedy trying to laugh. Some of it incites more laughter than others. This particular one I found very funny. So that's my third pick.
Right on. So, in that vein, good segue, I actually have two stand-up comedians in my picks.
Okay.
The first one is Mike Birbiglia. I know that you saw this one recently, and it wasn't as good for you.
Actually, just last night I watched it.
It's called My Girlfriend's Boyfriend. It's Mike Birbiglia's most recent one, as far as I'm aware. And it is available on Netflix. And I found it actually quite humorous and very touching, because it actually... you see some real emotion come out of him, and that's unusual for most comics. Most comics, it's just funny after funny. You don't really see the pain and the emotion that they were really dealing with, and Mike is not afraid to use that. And it worked well for him. It was more of a story than telling jokes.
My first comment after I watched this last night, well, first of all, my mom's first comment was, sappy crap. I want to see that on my comedy.
Yeah, I could see Mom doing that.
My first comment was, that's just the anti-Titus.
Yeah.
And he really is. He tells the stories very similar to Christopher Titus in the sense that he'll start something, segue into a story that relates back to it, come back to the original story.
But Titus has more anger and lets that fly than Birbiglia does.
Right. It's the same style, different emotions.
Yeah. You see Titus's pain too, and that's one of the things I do like about Titus. He lets his pain show.
This guy I found funny, definitely worth a watch.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of glad you picked it because I don't like it enough to put it on one of my Flix Picks, but it is worth a watch. I didn't find him nearly as funny as you did, but
he's not Chris D'Elia.
As I've said, I've watched a lot of stand-up comics the last couple of weeks, right. And as far as stand-up comics go, he's one of the ones that I actually did enjoy watching. There's some I couldn't even make it all the way through their specials.
Yeah, I did have a couple of those.
His special was enjoyable and definitely worth a watch.
That's something we need to do one of these days. Anti-Flix Picks.
Yes.
Just say, don't watch this shit.
Right.
So my second one was, again, it's another stand-up comedian. It's Eliza Schlesinger, and I first saw her on... Last Comic Standing, and I have kind of followed her along. I've actually seen this one before, but it was in my hey, watch it again list, and so I did. And it is still very good. It's called Warpaint, and it was, I think, 1 or 2 years ago. And it's Eliza Schlesinger, and she is just funny. And she's she's one of those out loud, in your face female comedians, and it really works well for her, where it doesn't work for a lot of female comedians. Works well for Eliza. So it's called War Paint, and again, it is on Netflix. All these are. I don't know why I keep saying that. They are Flix Pix. It's specifically for Netflix.
Right.
The last pick I have is still in the vein of comedy. It's called Top Secret. Now, if you've never seen Top Secret, you need to watch it. It's Val Kilmer's first movie. It's before Top Gun, before Willow, before even Real Genius, which was his breakout role. Top Secret, it's a Zucker film, so it's kind of like Airplane, and kind of like the Scary Movies. It's like a spoof of spy films, and so there's a lot of sight gags and jokes throughout the movie. So it's a spy film set in East Germany, starring Val Kilmer, but it's a comedy. Just kind of wrap your head around that. And yeah, it's extremely funny. And if you like those kind of sight gag type movies, like Naked Gun is another classic example of those kind of movies. It's in the same vein, and I think you would really like it. So, Top Secret, Val Kilmer.
Okay.
So, that's my 3.
All
Flix
right.
Pix.
Flix Pix.
Flix Pix.
So, that concludes the session of Flix Pix. Check them out. If you have your own picks that you think we should check out, feel free to go to Jackalopes of Fire and let us know. You can come on our Facebook page or...
Ooh, gross. Don't do that.
Hit us up on Twitter. And
see what I did there?
We'll check out your picks too. Thanks for
She
watching.
hates it when I do that.
Thanks for watching JoF TV, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.